Nectar of Devotion. Do you have that file? Uddhava?
The file loaded here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just that the fonts, I don't know why they don't come up when sharing. PDF is good, but...
Oh, that's an HTML file. I don't know.
I turn it into PDF.
Oh, good. Anyway, I'll read it then, if it's not so easy. Anubhava is defined in the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami, as the particular type of ecstatic loving sentiment that develops within the heart of a particular devotee. And this is called vibhāva. Vibhāva means the particular flavor of love that the devotee is feeling in the moment. And the resultant manifestations such as moving of the eyebrows, fear, astonishment, smiling, etc., which have been explained before, are called Anubhava. There are many examples given in Nectar of Devotion, which we'll go over in a little bit. So the different causes for developing Anubhava and vibhāva are called steady ecstasy or sanchari bhava, sometimes called sthāyi bhava. Every devotee, every living entity has a particular kind of relationship with the Lord, which is eternal. And it's already there. It has no beginning and no end, so it always is there. But it has become covered over by material conditioning. So when we uncover that material conditioning by chanting, by cleaning the mirror of the mind, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, when we clean the mirror of the mind by chanting, then this original, natural, spiritual ecstasy of relationship with the Lord manifests. First, it manifests in like a seed form within the devotee's heart, in a particular ecstatic feeling toward the Lord. And we discussed that last week, that feeling can be of 5 different flavors. Neutral adoration, servitude, friendship, parenthood, or conjugal love. Now, that seed is just the beginning. From that seed then sprouts a different devotional symptoms, different activities, and expressions of that love. So, for example, when we hear a kirtan, when we hear the Lord's holy name, or we see the Lord's beautiful form, or we hear narrations from the scriptures about his wonderful qualities and activities and so on, then we naturally, this is like watering the seed. It's watering the seed, and the seed will sprout. And what is that sprout when it comes up? That's vibhāva. Anubhava. Anu means following. Anu means, or it can be small also. It can mean small. But in this case, it means following. It means subsequent ecstasy. Subsequent to hearing, chanting, remembering the Lord, and contemplating his wonderful qualities. And when the devotee does that, then his natural relationship of love with the Lord gives rise to certain symptoms, certain activities, certain bodily features, which can be seen externally. Okay, that's why I'm starting at this point. Because it's easy to understand who is a devotee by looking at their external bodily symptoms when they are reminded of the Lord by different means. The sanchari bhava, or the sthāyi bhava, is already there within the devotee's heart. And then when the vibhāva, or the reminding them of the Lord's qualities, takes place, this waters the seed, and the seed immediately sprouts. It's not like a material seed that you water it and it takes a long time to sprout. It immediately sprouts, and the fruits and flowers and leaves that grow from this seed are called Anubhava. The resultant ecstasy, or following, subsequent ecstasy, following hearing about the Lord. So, Prabhupada warns that we shouldn't discuss these things on the material platform. In other words, all these symptoms are actually spiritual, even though they manifest in the material body. How is that possible? Because they are in relation to Krishna. Anything that's in relation to Krishna is spiritual, not material. So when we have even symptoms of the material body, that or apparently material body, when the material body is engaged in spiritual service, it becomes spiritualized. Just like food, when we offer food to Krishna, that food becomes spiritualized by being placed into the proper relationship with Krishna. See, this is why I keep talking about content and context. Because when you take ordinary food, well, it's not ordinary. First of all, it's sattvic food. It has no meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, or other rajasic or tamasic qualities. It has only sattvic, only goodness. And we take this sattvic food and we offer it to the Lord. We don't taste it while we're cooking it. We don't try to enjoy it until the Lord has finished. And we first offer it to Him, and then we take the remnants. So just by placing that food in the proper relationship with Krishna, it becomes spiritualized. This is the transubstantiation that is talked about in Western religious philosophy and theology. When the wafers and wine are offered in the communion ceremony, it's transubstantiated, becomes spiritual, just by that means of offering. But they can't explain how that happens. But we know it's very simple. Simply by being placed in the proper relationship with the Lord, anything can become spiritualized. Krishna, remember a couple of weeks ago we went over the Chatushloki, the 4 seed shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in one of those, Krishna says to Brahma that anything that you see that has any attractive qualities but does not appear to be in relation with me, know that is my external material energy. That reflection which appears to be in darkness. Okay? So this defines material energy. Energy that appears to have no relation with Krishna. When we take that same material energy and we place it into relationship with Krishna, that same material energy acquires spiritual qualities. It becomes spiritualized. And that is the mechanism of transubstantiation. It's an ontological process of placing the categories in relationship with the substance. You see? We're actually taking the substance out of one category and we're putting it into another category by placing it in its proper relationship with Krishna. This is transubstantiation. This is very powerful. So, when we take our material body and mind and we place them in the proper relationship with Krishna, they become spiritualized also. And this is called Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha means pure, and Sattva means goodness. And when we spontaneously manifest symptoms of devotional ecstasy with the material body, this is called Vishuddha Sattva, supremely pure goodness. That means there's no shadow of any material quality in the body of a pure devotee. Try to understand. Because even though that body may be material in origin, because he places his body in the proper relationship with Krishna, it becomes purely spiritual. This is a very wonderful thing. And we invite you to experience it for yourself. It's very nice. So, the bodily symptoms manifested by a devotee in expressing ecstatic love for Krishna are called Anubhāva. Practical examples of Anubhāva are dancing, rolling on the ground, singing very loudly, stretching the body, crying loudly, yawning, breathing very heavily, neglecting the presence of others, drooling, laughing like a madman, wheeling the head, and belching. When there is an extraordinary excess of ecstatic love, with all these bodily symptoms manifested, one feels relieved transcendentally. So, of course, these different symptoms happen sometimes in ordinary material consciousness.